No, I haven't discovered the problem. I fixed the problem. We are now recording, but there is a problem from last week.
What's that?
What's that?
Matt, you need to retract something that you wrote.
Oh.
What did I write?
You claimed Dr. Watson was not a real doctor.
Oh.
Rude.
That's disgusting.
Did we get complaints?
Not a medicine
got
doctor,
complaints.
but she's got a PhD.
Yes. She still earned that title.
Okay.
Mate, if I got a PhD, I'd be fucking... Sorry, that's Dr. Miller. Excuse you.
Can we also... I mean, I wasn't just besmirching her.
I don't.
It was actually a compliment in which I included that statement, I believe.
How, like, or somebody might get Geek of the Week, but that doesn't mean they're a real doctor.
Hang on, let me pull up my notes. What did I say?
You said...
I say if heartfelt farewell to Dr. Watson, she may not have been a real doctor, but she was a real cutie.
Okay. I mean, that's a pretty nice message, Luke.
I mean, now that I'm looking at it again, that is a little condescending. So,
I mean, it would be condescending if it was one human talking about another human, sure.
Dr. Watson is amazing. She is a doctor.
Okay, all right. I apologize.
Thank you, because we did get complaints.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
From a patient.
Listeners. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Welcome to Multiple Nerdgasm with your hosts, Matt, Luke, and Dan. Multiple Nerdgasm, your guide to all things nerdy.
No, we've discussed this. She's a philosophical doctorate. So people that have read her book have written in and said, I've read her thesis.
Mm-hmm.
No, she used to look after me after surgery and stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And they do say that purring is good for bone healing.
Who says that?
Doctors.
Doctors.
One
doctor.
One cat doctor.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, very good. All right. Well, yes, I apologize. Didn't mean anything.
No, it was a very hard. It was a lovely message as well. But yeah, she's a doctor. I've got a lot of information calling her a doctor here.
All right.
In fact, I seem to recall Luke telling a nurse, "Stay in your place because you're addressing a doctor."
Well, the problem is she was a nurse, and she thought because I have Dr. Watson, it must be a boy.
I see.
Right.
Yeah,
so it wasn't saying that she can't be a doctor.
Just because
she's saying women can't be doctors.
Just because you're not aiming
cats.
higher doesn't mean Dr. Watson hasn't aimed higher.
Right.
When I was a kid, I used to think that if you were a good enough nurse, eventually you'd become a doctor. I've since learned that's not the case.
Yeah.
Oh, no, there is something. I don't know if it's in Australia, but in America, there is sort of a pathway to it where you can be not a full doctor, but sort of like a bit more qualified.
It's called transitioning. No, from a nurse into a doctor, I mean.
Yeah. I do. I mean, I watch Scrubs. That's where I get all of my medical information from, and I know that Carla worked harder than any of the doctors. Yeah,
and that's where Carla she got the paperwork, so she could do that transition thing to be a bit more than a nurse, not quite a doctor, but yeah. And we're getting more Scrubs soon.
We are. We're getting more Scrubs.
Are any of them in it? The
original? Yes.
Oh,
Zach Braff signed up, and I think that's the only one they'd have trouble with. So I assume the rest of them are like, please let me be back in the show.
Well, they would have had trouble with Zach Braff maybe 10 years ago, but what's he doing now?
Exactly. Not even dating an A-lister.
Who's he dating now?
No, I don't know. But he was dating Hillary
Florence
Pugh.
Hillary Florence Pugh.
Hillary H. Florence Pugh.
I wish that was her name.
No, I used to know a girl called Hillary Pugh, and I always got to say that. Hillary Pugh, if you're listening, if you're a costume designer living in Los Angeles, shout out to you, Hillary.
And Florence Pugh, if you're listening, all my respect, free a nipple.
Just one.
Yeah. One nipple. Do it.
Well, my thing is we either free it for everyone or everyone has to cover them up.
Yeah. I prefer everyone covering them up, to be honest.
I was going to say, what did she do? I've missed something. Oh, other than getting them out in Oppenheimer, what did she do?
No, she's very much...
She wants to get them out on Instagram, Matt. She fucking wants to.
Okay.
Yeah. She's very much like if a guy can walk around with the top off, why can't...
Yeah.
And on Instagram, a guy can walk around with those tiny tops with nips out.
I've heard women say the same thing about jogging. And like, for starters, I think that's a bad example because I can see certain logistical problems with why a woman wouldn't want to jog topless. But also, I'm against that because I fucking hate it when I see men jogging topless because you only jog topless once you have
the body
physique. And it's like, fuck you. You show off. Don't fucking rub that shit in my face.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I think...
Are we talking to Florence Pugh, or are we talking to the dudes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't rub those in my face. Oh, all right, fine.
Twisted my arm. I'm interested for the after party because there's Bonnie Blue information in here that I'm not aware of.
Oh.
Yes. So
that's a little teaser.
Maybe, and this is a direct follow-up to the news that you brought to the table last week. So stick around to the after party to find out why Bonnie Blue is in hot water. Patreon.com/ you wish, man. You fucking wish. / multiple nerdgasm and join up. Get the other half of the show. And you can find that out, as well as some other things. But here's some personal news, and this is neither here nor there, but my wife, right, is in England right now, right? Just rang me to tell me that she's just saw the King.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. The King.
Just
His
saw
Majesty
him?
the King.
Well, interacted with him.
Our King. Yeah, so His Majesty the King, Charles III, she was just on London Bridge, right?
Right.
And she was like, how long does it take to walk to Buckingham Palace from here? I said, it's not a short walk, but you can get there. You get there. Head down there. You can get
and this gentleman was like, I'll give you a lift.
I'm going that way. And she's like, I'll go down there. Maybe I'll see one of those guards with the big hats. I'm going to say, well, you will definitely see that because they're always there. And so she was like, I'll call you if I see one of the guards. So she rang me and I was like, okay, let's hear about this guard. She's like, I can see the fucking King. I can see him. He's coming out and getting into his car with everyone, right. with the Queen, with the children, with everyone.
Right.
I'm going to guess not all the children.
No, not all the children. Not all the children.
Not all the children in England, obviously.
Unfortunately, Facebook forced me, without my knowledge, to watch one of them do a dance yesterday, and I was like, I don't want to see this.
Without your knowledge. You just suddenly had the memory of it.
Didn't know it was the wife of a prince until I was like, who am I watching do this ridiculous dance?
The one thing I sort of found funny, because what is it, Harry that is sort of disowned, and he's also disowned them?
You can't disown me. I disown you.
But at the Queen's funeral, he was the only one not allowed to wear military garb, even though he was the only one who actually served.
Yeah, but he had to give up all his titles, I believe, right? I guess that's part of it.
But I don't know. That I find a little bit different because that's not him.
Well, most of them are honorary titles.
Yeah, but he served.
Yeah, he was in the
more
army.
About this than I do, and I'm British. What the fuck?
We're the Commonwealth, Matt. You're an American, okay? You threw the tea in the fucking ocean, and you...
Yeah.
I don't know what else you did.
I'm an honorary American.
There's a famous clip of Harry when they're interviewing him when he's over in Iraq, and there's the alarms going off, and he's got to go, and because he was a pilot, and so took all the stuff off and ran to go and
hop in a jet.
Do shit. No, helicopter pilot.
Hop in a helicopter.
It is less impressive than a jet, but it's still pretty impressive.
I don't know. I think a helicopter's more dangerous than a jet in that
you get more in the muck in a helicopter.
I guess. Well, like. there's no windows, right? So I mean, you want to strap in.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I mean, a fighter jet, you just kind of like over the battlefield.
Yes.
What do I care?
The other planes and missiles are a problem, but if you're a helicopter, you got to get in there and drop people off and do all sorts of stuff. That's intense.
That's true. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. You're just thinking of MASH, aren't you? That's what you're thinking
of MASH and
I'm thinking of
Black
Jungle
Hawk
Strike.
Down.
Black Hawk Down. Yeah, Black Hawk Down.
I'm thinking
That
of
is
the
a good
old
movie.
Mega Drive game, Jungle Strike, Desert Strike, and
Yes.
Oh yeah, those were good.
And in fact, now that you've said that, I'm thinking of the old Amiga game, Silkworm.
Silkworm was amazing. Not historically accurate though.
No silkworms in it. Not a one.
Well, they might be in the trees, but you can't see them.
True. Are you suggesting it was Southeast Asia? Probably was, actually, now that I think of it.
I'm just making a stupid joke, to be honest. Didn't mean anything by it.
Actually, now that I think about it, I don't know where Silkworm was meant to be set.
No, but it had
Given any
spaceships
thought
and
at all.
stuff, right? Am I misremembering?
Yeah, no. It had futuristic helicopters. I wouldn't call them spaceships.
Yeah.
But isn't it a bit like Top Gun, just generic?
Yes, generic enemy. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know you're right. It was.
They're not
more
like us.
military.
Yeah, they're just a bit different. But there was some cool, James Bondy shit, rockets firing out of the ground and stuff.
Yeah, I remember there was an Amiga at school, and Silkworm was available. That was my exposure to it.
We had an Apple II at our school.
We had a few of those and one Amiga. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't
Actually,
have
there's
a
some
computer at school.
Carmen San Diego
later.
over here, Silkworm over there.
Right, yeah. Hey, don't knock Carmen San Diego. It might have had the graphical fidelity of Silkworm, but that was still a game I poured hours into as a kid.
Yeah, great game.
I learnt nothing from it.
I did, but I forgot it instantly because it was contextual. It's like, once I found her, didn't need to know what she was.
Yeah.
Didn't need to
but
know
also, I didn't know because I pirated the game.
Right.
When you bought the game, it came with a little booklet
It wasn't
with all the
actually
answers
little.
to
It
the
was actually
questions.
quite thick.
Sure,
It was actually
but what
quite
I'm saying is, I had to go to literal encyclopedias and learn.
I didn't know that came. Yeah, no, I just thought you had to know.
Some of them did. Some of them did.
Right.
It depends.
Right.
The earlier ones, well, even if you look at some of the very early games, they came with thick books because it was, you go north, now go to this page and read what you see.
Yes. Yeah. Roll a literal dice and then tell the computer what you got.
I remember playing Gateway to the Savage Frontier on my Commodore 64, where you walked around and then it said, read page 5. And then, literally like you're describing.
Yep.
Yeah.
All the text for the game was in a book because, memory.
But you're still playing,
yeah, that's right. Don't
still
use up
playing a
that
computer game.
64K of memory.
With words.
Yeah.
Speaking of games,
I've got to put a game in here.
I stumbled onto a YouTube video at one point earlier this week of a guy playing a game that you've probably all heard of and possibly all played and own from 15 odd years ago called Project Zomboid. Remember that game?
I did. I brought that game.
Do remember that
beta and never actually even got to play the full version, but I do own it.
I watched this video of someone playing it, and I was like, "That's quite compelling." So
isometric,
and I own it. I owned it for honestly, maybe 15 years ago. Right? I'm not exaggerating. I don't think it's ages and ages ago. When I was in Australia, I had it.
Sure.
So that's at least 10 years ago. And so anyway,
we may have had a fourth member of the podcast when we had that game.
I would say so.
Yeah.
So anyway, I installed it, and I've gotten a little bit addicted to it. It's very it's fucking hard, but I've gotten quite good at it now. It's like it's rewarding in that sense. So basically, the premise is you can choose certain parameters for the game. I think the default one is Armageddon, and basically you are a survivor in a zombie apocalypse. And when the game starts, you'll be in a house, and you are, for the most part, immediately safe. But that will change rapidly as the zombies figure out that you're in there. And you basically have to survive, and you need food, and you need water. And at some point within the first 30 days, the electricity and the water gets shut off. So you need to prepare for that. You will need to leave the house you're in at some point because you need more food and supplies and stuff like that. And then also, basically, it's just like a simulation in a kind of a fun, goofy way. But there's like vehicles, and you can like hotwire
that sounds like
cars
This War of Mine, except
I've actually
with zombies.
It's gotten to the point because it's been around so long. It's got mechanics for like everything. Like you can hotwire a car, you can become a mechanic and fix cars and siphon gas out of cars, and like
I've actually seen some YouTube channels where they'll go like, we're going to get 100 Project Zomboid players in and just watch how they react and watch them form cliques and groups and go out raiding together and then attack other clans. And it's actually quite interesting how
there's no saving. If your character dies, you have to start again. And so my character right now that I've been playing, I've gone through about 10 characters, and they've all lasted the first few lasted like 5 minutes. Because once you learn, in particular, the mechanics of combat are important. You do not want to try to fight more than 1 or 2 zombies at a time.
Yep.
Ideally 1. Because even if you get bitten,
ideally less than 1,
you're fucked. So you need to keep pushing them away and then whacking them with something. And then, because if you use a gun, more come because they hear it. So
a gun you want to save for if you're playing on a multiplayer server and there are other humans.
Correct. Yeah, or if you can like distract them, because you can set a car alarm off or a house alarm, and then they'll all go to that. It's just very like it's very elaborate, and there's like you can read books on cooking, and you can cook food for yourself, and like and you can forage in the forest if that's what you want to do. There's a mall. There's a giant fucking mall. You can go do like Dawn of the Dead.
You can't have zombies without a mall. Yeah.
But there's like the maps are huge, and it's fun.
I must admit, that sounds. We didn't pay nearly enough attention to this by the sounds of it.
I feel like when I first played I tried it, and it is fucking hard at first. It's really hard. There's a learning curve, but once you get over it, like I found, like my guy that I've got right now has been alive for maybe a week. Okay, and it's like okay. Like I think you learn.
It was at the time I got it. It wasn't like the full version, so it was still very early on. So a lot of these mechanics that are there aren't there now. And it was one of those games like, yep, I can see this is going to be cool, but never went back for the release, and now it's 15 years old.
Yeah, well, and they're just still releasing updates for it.
Yeah, because there's actually a really big community for it.
It's really fun. It's like I said, just steep learning curve. But once you get the hang of it, as I'm evidence of, because my guy has not died. The first time I got encountered a zombie.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, and you learn things like, like if you knock a zombie over and then you stand on it, it can't get up and bite you, and you can just hit it in the head repeatedly. Like.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you could say that's cheating, but that's what I would do in real life.
I mean, absolutely. There's no cheating when it's you versus zombies.
There's no cheating. It's survival.
Yeah.
In real life, I've always said I want to be one of the first ones wiped out. I don't want to go through this trouble of. Yeah, thank you. I don't want to learn how to farm and build.
You get bored in it. The guy gets bored, and it's like you've got to give him something to do. Otherwise, he will just fucking shoot himself in the head. He's getting bored.
Wow.
Develop like
that's
psychological issues.
If I don't have an Xbox,
this war of mine too. If you let people get bored, they commit suicide.
Yeah, I don't know about that. You get develop psychological issues, and like you can get you get all sorts of health issues. You got to like fucking bandage and disinfect your wounds if you get hurt. Anyway.
Damn. Okay.
Check it out. It's cool.
What are you playing it on?
It's my Mac.
Yeah, but on Steam?
Oh yes. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
I don't know how much it costs. I bought it a long time ago.
I think when I purchased it back then, it was like $7. I think that rings a bell. Let's find out.
I checked the price of something this week because I really want to play Assassin's Creed, but I don't want to pay $110 for it, especially when every single other Assassin's Creed is on Game Pass, so I know it's going to be on there eventually.
Yes. Yeah. And they're always like on sale. That's how I got Odyssey.
$110 for the cheap version. It's $150 for the special edition.
Far out.
Or you could, if you just want to try it, $20.
I did think about doing that. I did think about doing the Ubisoft Yeah, yeah.
I honestly wish I could just do a yearly subscription to that now instead of the monthly one.
Oh, yeah.
And I'd want to do that for Xbox. I just want to do all the subscriptions. Just let me do a year. Let me spread it out. Project Zomboid.
That'd be fine if they remind you that they're coming up.
Yes.
It's $30, did you say?
$30 now. But I know I paid like $7 something.
Yeah, same.
Back
I
in the day.
didn't pay a lot for it. I bought it when I think you bought it off their website. And then they gave us Steam keys because it wasn't even on Steam.
Which I don't think I actually own it in Steam, so I probably missed that email.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's in my library. I did do it.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. I mean, check out a video of it first because, like I said, maybe it's just appealing to me for some particular reason.
No. I mean, ticks several boxes. Yeah, I'll definitely check this out. I did play something this week at both of your recommendations, sort of. Okay. I went back into Minecraft yesterday. Just popped it on. Immediately killed. Fed up with it. Turned it off. Right? You could call it a rage quit. Whatever.
I'm going back in soon.
Yes, I got it on my Switch too. I can connect to iRealm on my Switch too.
So I wanted to play something else, and I thought, what else have I downloaded? And then I remember that you guys convinced me to buy Death Stranding.
Oh, yeah.
So I played it. It's probably the most beautiful game I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's great.
But I've got one question.
Yeah.
What is it?
What
did I just see?
I don't know.
It is the single weirdest experience. And what makes it weird is that nobody's going, oh, this is a bit weird. Everyone's acting like I'm the idiot for not understanding.
Yeah. Where'd you get up to?
I just played, I guess what you'd call the tutorials, and when you meet the French girl with the spiky clothes and then something invisible climbs around.
Oh, did you go to the... Do you get to the city of the dead body or anything?
I was on my way to the city, and then I was like, I need a break because I don't know what I just saw. So I'll keep going.
I was going to say, yeah.
Beautiful, but fuck me.
It gets even fucking
But we
weirder.
did explain. We don't understand the game either.
No, but it's compelling. That's the thing. It's got that thing where it's... I don't know. I want to say, like... I found it a lot with Japanese media. I don't know whether that's just because Western audiences, we weren't brought up on it.
So Japanese people are like, yeah, Death Stranding, right?
Yeah,
it's perfectly
pretty straightforward,
easy to follow. Yeah,
it's like there's also what was that movie I watched? I've mentioned this before. I think it's a Chinese movie about Chinese vampires. That probably they just. Like when we watch Dracula, it's like they don't have to explain what vampires are, or Sinners actually, which I'll talk about again. They don't have to explain vampires, really.
Yep.
We know what they are. But when I watch this Chinese vampire movie, I'm like, the fuck is going on? But like,
were they jumping? Were they hopping?
Hopping, and then they have to... The ghosts, you could capture a ghost if you put blood on a string. And like, they're doing all this stuff, and I'm just like... I mean, it's incredible. I love it. I don't understand what the fuck is happening.
Yeah. I love the Chinese paranormal stuff. Culture,
great,
because it's mainstream culture. It's not some fringe thing, right? When somebody dies, you keep the body in your home for 3 days, right? You keep it on the dining room table usually, right, where anyone can see it at any time. You sprinkle talcum powder on the floor so that you can see in the morning if their ghost has crept away during the night.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
August
is the Hungry Ghost Festival, where you've got to leave food outside your house or the ghosts will fucking come in to eat your food.
But I want to know, is it sort of like Christmas where someone gets up in the middle like to drink the milk and eat the carrot, where someone puts footprints in, so yes, they have gone?
Because they're very superstitious. They don't want to see footprints. They definitely don't. If you did that, you would cause a lot of drama.
Is it true? I feel like I've asked somebody, and this was true, is that when someone dies, you can go and buy paper representations of stuff to burn, and then they have it in the afterlife. That's fucking awesome. That's so interesting.
If you go to the markets in Chinatown on the weekends, you'll see stalls that just sell. And I remember a girl that I worked with in Singapore was legitimately complaining. Like, yeah, they burned my granddad an effigy of an iPhone, but did they burn a charger? No. So how's he going to charge it?
Wow.
Like, yeah.
That's funny.
No, in
money,
Egypt,
you burn
they
money
just
for them to have.
buried the stuff with them.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
You actually hear
just
it
cut out the middleman. Yeah, I reckon they probably used to do that historically too. And then at some point, somebody said, "Could we keep the money and burn pretend money?"
But yeah,
I think
keep going with Death Stranding. I mean, I'll be honest, I haven't played it in a bit because it did peter off. Because once you actually get into the game proper,
sure,
there's less crazy shit happening. Mm-hmm. So,
okay,
I would like to go back to it.
It's very imaginative, and if the Japanese do something well, it's making real life seem really fantastical. Yeah, and this just, am I on Earth? Am I in space? I've got no idea. You know,
I mean, it is Earth, but
okay.
Yes.
Not as you know it.
No,
obviously.
it is definitely Earth. It's actually.
I was disappointed
America.
that fucking motorbike he was on went off the cliff. Do I get that back at any point? Because I wanted to ride that.
I think even late you do, and I think even later in the game you get a car. But I've never gotten that far. I've gotten to the bike.
It's America. He's probably like, oh, it's not even in the future. That's what I legitimately think America is like.
While we're on games, I have some exciting news. I am finally getting Final Fantasy VII.
Yes. Oh, that's right. The showcase. Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't know that. It's coming to Xbox.
Coming to Xbox finally. Sony have stopped giving Square Enix money to keep it an exclusive. For God knows what reason.
Yeah.
So when can we expect it?
They haven't announced a date on it yet, but I
mean, the game is done. So
the game's done because they could release it tomorrow.
They must have been working on this preemptively. You would think.
Oh yeah, sure. Right.
Like,
I don't know if it works like that, but maybe
they could release it tomorrow, and I honestly do believe that. But no, they haven't announced that. They announced some other cool stuff. I'm getting a new handheld.
Oh yeah. Right, yeah. I saw that. Yeah, they correct me if I'm wrong. So this is the Asus thing, right?
It's an ROG LIX, the Asus.
And it runs the games on it, right? Not cloud. Is that true?
Yes.
Interesting. This is the first time Xbox games run on something that's not an Xbox, technically. Although they did say
this is technically, an Xbox, when I use my handheld, they're running on my Xbox.
That's right. That's what I mean.
It's
because I'm not playing cloud games from Xbox Cloud. I'm playing
but this thing actually runs them on it
natively.
Yes, it's not quite clear yet, so it's not going to play all Xbox games,
right?
And so it's not quite clear. It's going to run like a sort of a cutback version of Windows. It's going to focus on the Xbox side. So I think you'll be able to any game that you can get on PC. I think that'll run fine. The Xbox, maybe not. They're saying any play anywhere game you'll be able to play, which means streaming. But I think it's going to be better than the PlayStation 1, which is streaming only.
Did they say? They said all the games that were in the showcase will run in it, right? Which I guess, so they're just going forward, they're going to make sure they all do, presumably.
So I think anything that, especially anything that goes on Game Pass, that'll definitely work. Whether it's playing natively or streamed, I think it's up to a bit of a question.
Do you know how much they are? Did they say? Because they're out soon, right?
They're coming out holiday. A lot of influencers media. Yeah. They're coming out. It's coming out this year. They haven't announced price yet. People are saying they're thinking about $700 US, which actually I think that's quite cheap.
Because you don't need an Xbox, right? Just to be clear, you could own Xbox. This. Yeah. Yes, you could own this without previously owning an Xbox. Okay, so that's it has to be the price of a console.
Well, Switch 2 was $500. That's the reason I'm like, is
but
it
I
better
think this is more of a computer than a console as well. Because like my A&E Next, that was like 2.5.
Yeah.
So if I can get this ROG thing for $1,500, I'll be very happy. Yeah, but mine is a computer. So
I mean, my Absolute is essentially just an Android tablet. with the controller built around it.
Yeah, same with my G Cloud. Yeah,
Yep.
But it has a front end that you can just run your emulators on.
Yeah. Now, the one I have, it's an actual computer. I can run Windows 11 on it, and it's great. And so I'm hoping it's sort of a bit like that. They're saying you'll be able to run like Steam games and everything. So I'm excited.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I just hope they release it in Australia.
Yes.
Oh, they couldn't not from Xbox, surely. Although it's not.
You still can't get a Steam Deck here unless you get sort of a grey import.
Oh, you can't.
That's true.
Huh.
I mean, they're available.
You can get one pretty easily now. Like, you can even get one from Big W, but it's a grey import.
Yeah, and there's no infrastructure for repairs or...
Right.
If
something, I always worry about if something goes wrong, I've got nowhere to take it.
That's right.
What's the Steam Deck? $400. Okay.
I really did consider a Steam Deck at one point. That's $400 US, Luke. It's not $400.
Yeah, but still...
Yeah. They're pretty affordable. It's cheaper than a Switch too. But I don't know what's more capable at the moment.
Over 1,000 Steam games.
Yeah, they don't all run on it though.
And you know what? I've stopped playing Steam because I only have Steam on my Windows computer, which is not optimized for games. So I almost don't even play.
Your Windows computer is not designed to play any game. What you can do of it is stream games to it. That's it.
Yeah, I've never even tried. I don't know. But anyway, I've stopped playing Steam. I've got, however many Steam games I own, just essentially unavailable to me at the moment.
Here's a crazy thing. Maybe you could play through your backlog of Xbox games.
Maybe.
Yeah, well,
this is advice I need to take.
To be fair, I probably buy less games than you for Xbox because they're almost always full price. And I almost always just buy what I want to play. So there aren't many games in my Xbox library I haven't played, I must say. There's things I've downloaded from Game Pass and not played and then deleted, sure. But games that I've bought, probably not many.
Okay.
Probably not many at all.
Yeah, no, I'm
Steam,
playing...
definitely.
Well, yeah, there's summer sales or winter sales. I stopped looking at them long ago. I don't think they're as good as they used to be either.
The sales.
Yeah.
The discounts aren't as deep.
True. But they used to be like, I used to walk away with at least half a dozen games every time there was a sale. Whereas now it's like maybe one.
Yeah. Still haven't played any of them, but...
Maybe we have more realistic ideas of what we can achieve.
Actually play.
Yeah, maybe it's just that. Yeah, as opposed to, I might play this, or, I liked this on another system I already paid for it on. I'll just buy it for here too in case I'm sitting in this chair when I want to play it one day.
I'm sure I could spend hours and hours and hours a week playing games. Now it's just like, no way, mate.
You know what I'm going to make time for, though? Did you see the DLC for Indiana Jones?
Yes. The only thing that I was bummed about, so I'm very excited about it, love that game. The only thing I was bummed, I was like, please tell me, is this a new map? Or is it just set in the Rome map, the Vatican map, underground? I hope there's actually a whole new area. That's what I want.
Yeah, okay, I hope you're right too. I assumed there was, but you could be right.
They only they said under the Vatican. And it's like, well, I did that already. Well,
Yes,
I mean, it's still fine. I'll still, it still looks fun.
Yeah, but I think I remember
just want a new place to go.
That wasn't quite big, that area. So I hope it's just, if it is that, it's expanded.
Because I really wanted to go to Peru, but you never did.
Yes, they talked about it.
They mentioned it, and I was like, I'm going to go to Peru. Nah.
That's what they need. They need a,
I am so upset with that
technically you do at the start, but that doesn't count.
No.
Yes, but I also think you also go to China, but not really.
Not really, yeah.
And
it's a little sequence.
I think even I wouldn't consider it a cheat if they made a full playable level in Shanghai. I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
See, I still haven't finished it because that game-breaking bug
it ruined
just killed me. And now when they finally release it, I don't quite remember how to play, and I lost that
time to start
magic
again.
with it.
I've literally considered playing it over from the start, and mostly because when I played the first third of the game, I didn't really understand it. I wasn't sure even what I was doing or if I even liked it. I'd love to play it from the start and just enjoy it right from the beginning.
Yeah, that first area in the Vatican when like you said, didn't quite understand how the game worked in total. Now that I do, I think I would do things differently.
Yeah,
but, great game.
Okay, I just can't. I can't replay games like that. You need to do a remaster so I can get the achievements again. Then I play it again.
I still have to collect all the big Roman dicks.
There's a lot of them though. There's like 70 of them.
I know, but and I also had a bug. I had a bug where I couldn't collect a collectible because it didn't exist in the world, and that was a known thing. So hopefully that'll be fixed when I go back in for the DLC, and then I can finally collect it, and then I will have 100%ed all the collectibles except the dicks.
Yeah,
they're not dicks, listeners. I'm just, but you know,
they look like dicks.
Yeah,
they do look like dicks.
Phalluses. Yeah,
and they're all the same.
Stone dildos.
I mean,
scattered throughout the world.
They belong in a museum.
In a museum in the country of origin, right?
What else was in the showcase? I would be honest. I put the showcase on, and then I did get a bit bored.
I didn't actually watch it.
I didn't watch the whole thing. I'm getting old, man. I couldn't even watch the whole fucking thing. There was a lot of just stuff I was like, I don't care about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't.
There's just too much stuff. That's the problem.
There's too much stuff, not enough time. I think like Outer Worlds 2 and stuff like that, but no, for me...
Oh, yeah, that was great. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to Outer Worlds 2, but for me, it was just Final Fantasy 7 and the handheld. They were the big things for me.
There was... what else? There was something else. I've forgotten what it was, though. There was something announced, not in the showcase, that caught me by surprise. I didn't even see it until a couple of days later. And then I sent it to you guys. The Expanse, Osiris Reborn, is a Mass Effect style game set in the world of The Expanse. Fucking what?
Bring that on.
Yeah. I didn't even know they were making this.
Yeah, they were like, what kind of game would Matt like? Let's make that.
Now, is this like Witcher, where it's like this is just based on the books, not on the show? So
I don't think so, because, well, I guess I don't know for sure. The music in it is the music from the show.
Okay.
I don't know if that means anything.
I guess they could have just licensed it for the trailer, but that seems like a stretch.
The Osiris is a thing from Mass Effect, so it kind of gives you I assume it's supposed to invoke an idea of what this might be somewhat about. Actually, and you did you watch all the trailer with the weird stuff at the end, right? So it's like, okay, interesting. Kind of know what that is, but not where they're going with it. So I think it's... Oh, yeah. So what I was going to say is the TV show ended. The books continue in a way that... So at the end of where the TV show ends, the books jump ahead, I think, like 100 years. I haven't gotten to that point in the books because I watched the TV show first. But my understanding is that there's more stuff that happens later that I just don't know about yet because it's in the books, and I don't know where this is set. But the fact that it's called Osiris Reborn, I don't know. Maybe it's a sequel to the show. I don't know.
I don't know, but I just like it's not. It doesn't look like they've like tried to shoehorn in people character. I just play in the universe.
Yeah. You could I don't know. Holden could be like talked about. I mean, he would be, and that's cool. Like, yeah, they could talk about it.
It made me remember how much I liked The Expanse, the show, and now I want to watch that again.
Yeah, same.
Back to it.
I put clips on because I was like, was it as good as I remember? And then there was one. There's a bit involving the Osiris where they're attacking the base. The Rocinante is attacking the base with the Belters and fucking what's his name? The Punisher.
Yes.
The actor. What's his name?
Jane.
Thomas Jane. Yeah. And they in him and all the Belters are in the drop ships and all that kind of stuff. And I was just like, fucking, what a show.
With a haircut that I wish I had the balls to have.
Yes. Yeah. Just, so
I just,
because
you guys,
pull it off.
Yeah. You guys were talking about it. Just this show, not the hairline. You guys were talking about it. And I was like, oh, yeah, I've got to watch this. And then I put it on and like literally just that first scene of the first episode with the girl, and I was like, fucking, this is the most visually stunning television I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it looks good.
And then for some reason, I just dropped off it for some reason.
Yeah, really? I didn't get to the very, very end either. Yeah.
Oh, I did. Yeah,
I got a few seasons in, and then for some reason, I got to go back. And then
I think the thing that's a shame about it is that, well, there's two things. One was that the guy playing Alex was accused of sexually, being inappropriate with fans, and they had to like murder his character in the show.
Yeah,
and it sounded like
it was a main character.
It wasn't just an accusation as well. He was kind of, because he went, so what? So what if I do that?
Yeah. So what if?
So he was wasn't he brutally murdered? And like, there's no chance he'll come back.
He just died. Like so, the Expanse is set in a world where space travel is realistic, as we know physics, right? So you can't. There's no light speed or anything, and if they just accelerate, right, and then flip around, and the gravity is just from the acceleration. You can stand up in the ship if it's accelerating at a speed that means it feels like gravity inside the ship. So it's all that kind of stuff. But anyway, if you're jumping around at high G or whatever in space, you can have like a brain aneurysm or something because it's all the G forces.
That's right. He just
and then
like, I guess he must
fucking had him die.
Cuts to a still.
Yeah, it literally was a scene from some other episode of him just there, and they put a bit of blood coming out of his nose, and then
he's dead.
He's dead.
So even the Telltale Expanse game was actually quite good.
Oh yeah, I've heard that. It's about drama.
You fucking love the Telltale games.
I love them. They're great. Except
she's a good character too. Actually, I would be interested to play that.
The only one I played was the Fable one.
Oh yeah.
Evidently,
and that was pretty good.
Sequel to that, I just love them. They're a good story, and also they're easy achievements, but they're a good story as well.
Yeah.
Play that.
So anyway, I'm excited about this game because I love The Expanse.
Yeah,
I will play this.
Speaking of TV shows like The Expanse, or not anything like The Expanse, last week I was saying that I was watching Detectorists, and Luke, you had watched it already.
Look, had you watched all season? I haven't seen the specials, but the third season was like good.
Yeah, perfectly fine, but didn't need to be there. Yeah, agree. Did you watch? So there's two specials. Did you watch both specials or either? Have you seen either of the specials?
I didn't know there were any specials.
So there's the 3 seasons, 2 specials. The first special is set between, or it's not set between. It was made between season 2 and season 3. So a whole lot of the weird stuff that just is there in season 3 that you're like, oh, okay, I guess he's got a girlfriend now. He gets her in the special, right?
Oh,
when he mentions like my things in the museum, that's the plot of the special, right? So, which I didn't watch until after I'd seen all 3 seasons. So I went back.
Okay, I might go and watch that then.
It's just a half an hour Christmas. It's just like normal, just Christmas episode.
They do that sometimes with some shows. So here's a Christmas episode.
England love doing it, and I love it. Yeah. But then the second special is feature length. It's an hour and a half. It was made 2022, and I think it was the promo for that I saw that I went, oh yeah, this show, I'll give it a watch, thinking that it was a new show and not realizing it's well over 10 years old. So it's set the right amount of time later. It's set 10 years after. And I don't want to give a spoiler for what it's about, but it's very good. It's very worth watching. Yeah.
But you did see what I mean about season 3. Like,
completely agree.
End of season 2, one of the characters is going to Africa to become an archaeologist, and it was a nice ending point. And
the other character, his whole thing was he wanted to find gold, and he finally found it. Like it really did feel like an ending. And then they were like, "Do you want to do another season? Here's your money." So, because then he's like, "How was Africa? Didn't work out." Like it's got to. That cottage you bought burnt down. Oh wait, maybe that's in the special.
No, does the cottage burn down because they buy that?
Yeah, that's in the special. Yes, they do.
Oh, no.
Sorry.
But then also the girl's not there as well.
Yeah, that's a real loss too. She's a great character.
But Matt, you got to watch this.
Yeah, it's good, man. I think you'd like it.
Right.
It's not like continual laugh out loud, barely laugh funny, but it is continually light and fun and nice. Yeah, it's just really good.
Yep.
I'll tell you what's not light and fun and nice. Well, it's got some moments of levity. It's a movie that I watched again, and you guys presumably have not watched yet.
I do have it bookmarked, but I haven't watched it. No.
Okay, I watched Sinners again. Nate, you were right. Yeah, even better the second time, honestly, because there were a couple of things that I was like, not sure about the first time. Nah, I loved it. Loved it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you'd gotten used to the fact that they were all people of color, and the second time you just let it go.
Yep. No, because it was actually vampire stuff at the end that I was weird.
Right.
Okay. When the first time I saw it, I absolutely loved like the first 2/3 of it, because actually the first third of it. So, I mean, slight spoilers. Like, you know what this movie is about, really, right?
More or less. Yeah.
A lot of people don't. We invited people around to watch it. They didn't know that it was a vampire movie. I love that. I wish I didn't know when I saw it, because Jenna didn't know, and it was like a surprise all of a sudden.
I didn't know From Dusk Till Dawn was a vampire movie, and that's the perfect way to watch that fucking masterpiece.
It's like that, yeah. So I was, and I absolutely loved. So the first third of it is just about these two brothers who come back from Chicago back to Mississippi, and they've been like working for Al Capone, and they've got all this money, and they're like, we're going to start a juke joint, but they've like have to buy this building off this guy who's a Klan member and stuff. It's just all like, no, it's it's just really interesting, and like all these and just the characters are just super interesting. And they're all like slavery's ended, but they all still work on the plantations because you know what else are they going to do? Yeah, exactly. It's just great. Like super interesting. Good characters, and then vampires.
Amazing.
It's great.
All right, I might watch it one day. I want to go to the movies again.
It's really good.
Like I went and saw
Michael B. Jordan plays two people.
Oh,
did you? Twins.
Wait, who played? Oh, does he? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Get him in there again.
Yeah. Sorry, what did you say, Luke?
I went and saw Thunderbolts.
How is it?
We talked about fucking Florence Pugh before, and you didn't have to say anything.
Yeah,
I didn't. Yeah, it's Thunderbolts star.
What?
Because the whole idea is
asterisks. Yeah,
asterisks. Yeah, because the reason why it's the asterisks is because at the end of it, they become the new Avengers.
Oh, yeah, of course they fucking do.
So I think they've reset the Avengers again.
Yeah,
and it's
they're desperate to keep this train going, aren't they?
Yeah.
All the misfits.
You know, the last Avengers movie was called Endgame, and it was a very definitive ending.
What they honestly should have done is ended it there and then left it a couple of years and then started again with the new story.
Mind you, some good TV shows came out of it, but man, I'm sure I'll ask you whether it was good or not. It looks pretty good, but I just don't care. I can't bring myself to care.
Here's the thing: it's like one of the best-rated movies that they've had in a while, but also no one's gone to see it because I think it's a bit of the same. Like everyone's just like,
yeah. Plus, it's all the people from the TV shows. Why isn't this on TV? Like, I feel like if I have to leave my house to watch this, it doesn't feel fair.
Like, it was okay. I didn't mind it, but
because it's like Black Widow's people too, but that wasn't in the movies.
That's
that
right.
In theaters.
Yeah.
But wasn't that only because I think that was planned to be a movie release, but then COVID was released during COVID.
Oh, yes, okay. And it was it was that whole thing about was it COVID?
I think they were counting their blessings on that one. To be honest,
do people care about a Black Widow movie?
Well, it was probably the best of the post Endgame Marvel movies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then it was the argument about is it because Black Widow isn't that interesting, or is it because she's a woman? And it's like,
because everyone was
hard to say at this point because they didn't make interesting women characters back in the day.
Yeah, you didn't like Captain Marvel because she was a woman. No, we didn't like that because it was fucking boring.
Yeah,
she wore a nin shirt.
Yeah, that was okay. And then when you saw that alien, he was like, "G'day, it's me, fucking
Ben Mendelsohn." Yeah, you can't see. Alexa, stop.
Yeah, no one's talking to you, Alexa.
That was weird.
Sorry, did you say Ben Mendelsohn?
I think she was about to tell me a fact about them. Maybe I
had David Harbour
let it go.
Had David Harbour back as like her father and stuff, and I love him. I love
he's
David
great.
Harbour.
But I'm not going to the movies to watch David Harbour. He's an online person. I watch him on Netflix. I watch him on Disney Plus.
Things.
Well, don't we get to see soon? Aren't they finally releasing the end of Stranger Things soon?
I think it's not till the end of the year. I think it's still months away, isn't it?
I hope, man, that last season was very good. I hope the next one is.
All the seasons have been good.
Mm.
Yeah. Oh, well, half of season 2 was good.
Oh, when she went off to the city.
For me, it goes 1.
Oh, that was
4,
bad.
Yeah,
but close second. 1 and 4, then 3, then 2.
Yeah,
but I still like it all.
I still just love when he comes back from the camp and then they're singing on the radio, and like that was just fun. Ridiculous.
Hopefully, the conversation doesn't get weird. But I am like, so
go on,
Miley Bobby Brown.
She's of age now.
You think she's sexy now?
No, because I can't not see her as 11. But she
Didn't you tell me 2 weeks ago that you liked to see? Yeah, she's changed.
Heavily
her
sexualized currently. Like
yes,
I can't everywhere I
won't
look.
Be in the
she's wearing hardly anything, and I'm like, when the fuck did that happen? And and I feel weird about it. Because
I think it's because she doesn't want us to think of her as a child anymore. I mean,
probably.
She doesn't give a shit what we think.
I don't know if it's she's thinking that. I think it's what they're making her do. I don't know. It doesn't seem like
that's what I mean, Luke. It feels creepy to me in a way that it's like and I hate it because I'm like, she's a fucking grown woman now. She can do what she wants. But for some reason, something about it feels creepy to me.
Yeah.
You know, like what's her name from Wizard of Oz? Like
right, Judy Garland.
You know, like she was forced to you know, like do drugs or whatever to participate in Hollywood, and I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm just inventing this, but this is the
That's the best euphemism I've ever heard. Do some drugs and participate in Hollywood.
It's just a vibe about Miley Bobby Brown that I don't like at the moment.
Doesn't feel like her. Even the roles that she's actually playing, like the Enola Holmes and stuff, like they're sort of family-friendly stuff, but they're still Hiromi tits.
Yeah.
But
she could do what she wants, obviously. But I just, for some reason, there's something off about it.
If a woman wants to show me her breasts, she's welcome to.
Yeah.
I said that about fucking Florence Pugh. I'll say that about Millie Bobby Brown.
She's wanting to show.
No, but it's all on her social media, isn't it? She's not in sexy movies.
No, I know. But I just, in my head, I think I can't get her out of being a child in a TV show. So it's like I see her and I go, no, not you.
I feel that way about, like, I never found Drew Barrymore attractive, even when she was attractive, because I was like, no, but she's the little girl from E.T.
Sure.
Like,
yeah. I think maybe it's something to do with that. It's just I can't.
But to be honest, I think that's probably a healthy attitude to have.
Well, thank you. I hope so.
You know, as opposed to fuck, I can't wait till she gets older. You know, that's slightly less healthy.
No, she's not Natalie Portman.
Yeah, that's right.
But I also know what you mean. Like, it's not like
don't tell Natalie Portman that you liked her. She does not want to hear about it. She's
sick of fucking hearing about it. I know. That must be such a weird life.
I know.
Every man is like, you know what I did when I was okay. Don't want to hear it.
Yeah. You know, when you were hot, when you were a little girl.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. I'm aware of that.
Have you ever considered how many men at the same time could have been looking at a picture of you? And you know, have you ever thought about that, Matt?
If we could have somehow harnessed that energy of all of those men jerking off for you, Natalie.
Oh, I had something, but it's gone now. Oh,
probably.
No, what was I going to say? Like with Millie Bobby Brown, it's not like it was with what's her name? I've lost her name now. Billy Ray Cyrus's kid.
Miley Cyrus.
Yeah.
Who she went like.
That's what Yeah. Maybe I'm. Well, I hope she doesn't go down that road. You know, maybe I'm just an old man now.
You know what's the opposite of that though? Because they're all Disney kids, right? You know, Miley and all of them. The opposite is Zendaya. Because I was talking, we were watching some Zendaya movie the other day. Yeah, well, and like I was talking to, like, she's doing the trapeze. I think because Harper's obsessed with The Greatest Showman, right? She watches it so often that we have to listen to the soundtrack in the car, and she loves Zendaya. She's got the little golden book of Zendaya, and but I was saying to Hui, I'm like, isn't it odd how Zendaya is not sexy? And Hui's like, she's perfect. I'm like, yeah, she's beautiful. But she's not sexy. No one's going, Google Zendaya ass. You know, like, no one thinks about it that way.
Is.
I'm pretty sure.
Tom Holland.
I don't mean me.
Well, I'm sure someone's logged into my account.
Someone in this house.
Someone with this search history.
But I know what you mean. She's classy. In a way that some of them just aren't.
Not to say you can't be sexy and classy, but there's just something about Zendaya. She's just ridden above.
Well, I also think there's a difference between like sexy, classy, and just slutty.
Yeah.
Like with some of the other Disney girls.
I'm sorry for bringing this topic up.
No,
it's just
you thought it was going to get weird, and it probably did.
No,
not for us, just for the listeners.
I mean, I did preempt it, saying this is going to get
all
weird.
our female listeners have logged off at this point.
Yeah,
like,
both
that's
of them
just
have logged off.
I don't know. I think we were being quite respectful. Going.
Well, that's my point. Is that I do, like I said, it's the Miley Boy. Every time someone posts like, "This is her at some fucking awards show," I'm like, oh, I don't know.
No, Matt, you've ruined it. You have to jerk off to her now to even all this out again.
God. How old is she now? I'm just
now it's weird.
Yeah, now you've crossed that line.
It's weird.
She's 21. She's 21. Okay.
That's not old
I was
enough,
just
Matt.
curious.
You're 45. No,
I was just curious.
It's not good. Oh, okay. Do you guys remember a fucking sitcom from the 80s called Out of This World about a girl whose dad lived on another planet and talked to her through a little glowing alien cube?
I do remember that.
And she could freeze time by going like this, and time would freeze because she had alien powers.
Huh.
It's called Out of This World.
I do not remember this.
Yeah, no, I do remember it.
I fucking loved it. And I was in love with this girl, Evie, when I was like 10 and she was 14, right? Like I was just in love with her. She was so beautiful. I watched this like recap of the whole series on YouTube that somebody's done the other day. And I'm like, oh, there's that girl I loved. Oh, she's a little kid. Oh, the mum's not bad though. That's where I am in my life right now.
That's funny.
Oh, I had Burt Reynolds
as the voice, uncredited, of the Crystal Cube. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, no, I don't think I've ever seen this.
I thought it was amazing. And if up until this week, if you'd asked me, was it any good? I would have said, yeah, it's great. It's really good. But now that I've recapped it, it does not look at all good. For starters, she can freeze time, right? Do you know what visual effect they used to show freezing time? Do you know what special effect they used?
Freezing.
Everyone just froze.
Everyone just stood really still.
Oh, of course. Like at the end of Police
Saved
Squad.
by the Bell when Jack used to do his thing and everyone just...
Yeah. Have you seen those outtakes of Police Squad where it's just so funny that just like Drebin, what's his fucking name? I can't remember the actor's name, but
Jesus Christ, Leslie Nielsen.
Nielsen, yeah. Even he breaks his stone wall.
Yeah,
you know, like fuck, that show is good.
There are some shows that I think, you know, I was sending you guys Key and Peele's clips because YouTube was like, remember Key and Peele?
Yeah, Key and Peele. YouTube now think that's all I want to watch because after I watched that one, I watched like 6 more.
Yeah, because they're so funny. And then you watch the bloopers from Key and Peele, and it's just one of those things that Always Sunny in Philadelphia, The Office. There's some shows that it's like you watch those bloopers and you're like, that must be so much fun. But also, if you're a crew member,
you're
fucking infuriating.
Yeah.
Well,
right.
I think what they do, and I think I've heard them talk about this, like they will feel what we've recorded first, like what we've written first.
Yeah.
And then go, and now,
no, but
do whatever you want.
even what's written is sometimes very hard to perform. Like if you look at, the ones for extras in particular.
Yes.
Because
with Gervais, he just can't keep a straight face if another funny actor is saying funny things to him.
Yeah, which must be fucking annoying. But But the
like,
dialogue as written
Ricky.
is so funny. Yeah, but then you hear someone say, I mean, because we've done it before. Like sometimes you get into a...
Oh, yeah. I'm the worst. I can't say my own lines.
Yeah.
I just laugh.
And like something that's not funny can set you off. It doesn't matter.
Yes.
Because it just gets in there. Like, but
but
those shows in particular, like the Sunny bloopers, I'm just like, oh fuck, it must be just so much fun.
And they're the ones that they show.
Yeah,
imagine the stuff that they're not.
Good point.
I want them to film that fake episode they showed Frank, and he was like, "I'm not going to do it."
Yes.
Danny DeVito, where Frank gets raped over and over.
We get that the new season comes out very soon.
Yep.
Oh, that's exciting.
Very soon.
That was good. Last season was very good. They had that Dennis episode that was fucking excellent.
Oh, man, that was good.
I'm sorry the tea doesn't come without the boba. Well, it does. I can see the tea there and I can see the boba there. Just don't put those in that. I'm sorry, the system doesn't allow me to do that. Oh, the system doesn't allow you to do that. So good.
Yeah, fuck me. What an actor. What an actor.
He went to Juilliard.
Yeah.
And now he does this.
Yeah.
And I love him for it.
Yeah.
Well,
I wanted him to get an Oscar nom for Blackberry. I thought
he was great in that.
Fucking terrific in that.
I was listening or watching something recently, and like, because he's the one that he wants out every now and again, and that's why he did leave.
I think he wants to do something more serious.
Yeah, and I think they were saying like every time we're writing, we get to a point where we go, "No, we're done with this. We're quitting," and then they keep going.
Right. Matt, did you watch AP Bio?
No, I've got to watch that.
You've got to watch it. It's very good. It's not Sunny. But it may as well be Dennis.
Right.
Yes.
You know?
Okay.
Like,
yeah.
It's just,
I think
it's Dennis.
It got 4 seasons. I don't know how it got 4 seasons.
I'd never even heard of it until all the seasons were out. And the first season is
aged.
They just started getting stubble by the end of it because it's supposed to just be the next school year, but like they were all like 20 when they started it.
Like, you have more stubble than I do after I shave.
Yeah.
I'll watch it. It's on.
It's
Netflix,
very good. It's very funny.
I should do
that. It's a sitcom. It's more of a traditional sitcom than Always Sunny is.
And that was his, like, I'm going to go off and do my own thing. That's where he left. And that then...
I mean, I'm glad he did go off and do his own thing, but I'm also glad he went back.
So is this their... Because they've still got more seasons on the books, don't they? Or is this it?
Yeah.
Officially. Been greenlit.
No. I don't think...
like 20 seasons, right?
Yeah. I think there's at least 1 or 2 more. Yeah. At least 1. Might be 2.
Yep.
It's funny when you watch it from the start again. The tone has changed so much since the early days.
Yes, and it's been around so long that it's one of those shows where there are things early on where you're like, "Ooh, like how'd they get away with that?" And it's like, well, because that wasn't a problem back then.
Yeah, And I mean, there's literally episodes now that they will never air again.
No, they've removed the ones,
or the blackface,
the Lethal Weapon ones. Yeah. And
but they've still got the first episode up, which talks about people hanging from rafters.
Yes, but
not,
I think
but the joke is that everyone thinks he's racist. So yeah,
and
but just doing blackface is
the ones with Carmen are still there, which I was like, maybe no one's noticed. I feel like that there are certainly a large group of people that would be upset by that. I would think
but also Mac was sleeping with her.
But the thing is, the fact that he ended up being gay almost ruins that joke, because that joke was she was so hot that this fucking alpha dude didn't even care that she had a dick.
But there's that's what I mean, just the way that I know that he's the butt of the joke, but he is very harsh about it. He's like,
he's literally ashamed of it.
No, he's like, no, you're beautiful. I'm just disgusted in myself for sleeping with
you. Yeah. So good. You know what else you're going to be disgusted in yourself participating in is the after party. So let's head over there now. listeners sign
How
up
do
on
we get
Patreon
there?
and join us. Patreon.com/multiple-nerdgasm, or go to our site, multiple-nerdgasm.com, and follow the links.
That's all for this week. Thank you for listening, and we hope you enjoyed the show. If you enjoyed it, then please subscribe in iTunes to receive episodes automatically. We'll see you next time.